Hi everyone. I don't know if anybody is here because this is the last minute thing. And you know me, I don't really plan too much when it comes to YouTube. I'm not one of people who has a plan about videos and things. So, what happened today, around about 10 minutes ago, I went on Instagram and the lovely Steph from Steph Treasure Box on Insta, she tagged me in a post, and her post said that she has created a tag. It's called One Deck for Each Sign, and she tagged a few people who maybe want to, do it. And I thought, oh, I quite like it. It's astrological. We have 12 signs. She asked specifically to pick one deck for each sign, and I'm mostly obliged, mostly. And you know me, sometimes I just cannot not do more than one deck. So mostly I was a very, very good listener. And sorry, Steph, only in couple of signs, just I couldn't decide. But it's not as bad as I'm usually, so it's not too bad. And it's not going to be a very long live because I just dressed up for you guys, It's so boring and gray outside that I thought I'm going to put on some color and some Madame K vibe. And I'm going to show you some decks that I thought would be suitable for each sign of the zodiac. So I'm curious if can you hear me well and see me well, guys? Can somebody just type yes, please? And if so, we slowly begin. And I'm curious who is in the chat. I mean, oh, hey there, hey. I would love to know your sun signs. Could you just, guys, if you're not shy, share? Do we have what signs do we have here? Because I'm curious if you're going to like the decks I picked for you. So I am a Sagittarian. Cool. So I just write Sagittarius. Oh, I'm not writing. Sagittarius. That's me. Hi, Mel. Gemini and Sag are with the opposition. Lovely. That's a good combo to start with. Whom else do we have here? I know that Lady Alchemilla, she's a Scorpio. Oof. Sagittarius here as well. Awesome. Scorpio. Oh, we have two Sages, two Scorpios, and a Gemini. That's interesting. Yes, Melissa Scorpio, obvious. All right, guys. So shall we start? Oh, there's a Libra, Carol. Lovely. My moon in Libra is happy now. So I'm curious, guys, what are you going to think? So one deck for each sign. Let's start with Aries. And here I was a very good person. I didn't have to think too much. I thought Aries, bold. Oh, and yeah, I'm going to actually, I'm an astrologer, but I'm not going to be a smartass here because it's not my tag. I'm just going to read what Steph wrote under her description. So she wrote for Aries a deck that is rebellious and spontaneous. And I'm thinking Aries also bold, right? And Pisces, we have Pisces, great. So for Aries, I picked the Stunning Tarot. I don't know if you have this deck. It's by Honasa House. If you pronounce it like this, I never know. The backs are very Aries. The fronts are very Aries, just a couple of colors, bold colors. Artwork is quite Aries. It's bold. It's not too many, details in a sense. The images are quite clear. They're very Aries. They're very in your face type of energy. Is there any Aries? We don't have any Aries yet, but Stunning Tarot for the Aries. I think this is a good match, but I would be curious to hear from Aries about that. Also from astrology, I think people who have a lot of Aries energy might, have a say in this too. All right, so Aries energy, stunning tarot. And then Taurus, Steph wrote, grounded and earthy. And Taurus is ruled by Venus as well. And, so here I have two decks. I thought, first of all, the Herbstcrafter Tarot, just like, oh, yes, perfect for Aries. Good, Mel. Yes, your Aries moon concurs. So this is Taurus for me, the Herbstcrafter Tarot, because Taurus is a sensual sign. Taurus is earth sign. Taurus loves to experience reality through senses. If it's the sense of smell, if it's the sense of touch, hearing, seeing, listening, tasting. And Haircrafter's Tarot not only deals with this earthy kind of plant life matters, but also has all this voluptuousness of Taurus, the beauty. Taurus is ruled by Venus. It has all this beautiful imagery. I think Taurian people are happy when they look at Herbstcrafter's Tarot. So this would be one pick, quite obvious, I would say. And another pick for Taurus, I thought it's the Shimmering Veil, just because Taurus is so elemental and so earthy, but also, it's Venusian sign. It loves all this sensual stuff. And senses are connected to the elements as well. So I thought the Shimmering Veil Tarot by Sila Conway, it's quite a Taurian kind of energy to me as well. It's very elemental. That's how I always feel when I work with this deck. It's an elemental deck. And I thought, like, this is pretty good choice for the Venusian Tarot. I mean, Venusian ruled Taurus as well. Do we have any Taurus people here? Not yet. All right. So I'm curious what Taurus people think of the choices. So for Taurus, two decks, sorry for lying, Herbstcrafters and the Shimmering Veil Tarot. And then we move to Gemini. And I actually love Gemini energy. So now, who was the Gemini here? We have the Gemini. Hi, everyone. Hi, Lily. Did I miss it? Gemini, yes. Katzenzungen Tarot Crossroads. I don't know what's your name, but you're a Gemini. So what do you think about this one? It's the Moon Baby Magic by Angela and Mary Magic. And I picked this deck for Gemini because it is a very quirky, very kind of airy mix of things, right? Like Gemini likes to connect the dots. It's quite social. It's ruled by Mercury. So this deck relies on keywords as well. It's quirky artwork. It has added moon phases. It has added a song to each card for each position, reversed and regular. I think if Gemini didn't make this deck, a Gemini would make this deck, I'm not sure if Mary is. No, I think she's a Libra, but that would go as well, right? With air sign anyway. Air sign would make a deck like this. So it's kind of quirky, it's funky, it's colorful, it deals with color, it takes from different, areas and connects it into one dot. And I'm curious if Gemini people, would recognize themselves in this crazy kind of quirky, airy deck. If you don't know this deck, I have a review of this deck. I also have an interview with Angela, and she is really cool to listen to as well. She's, good with words. So very kind of Gemini-like. Oh, yeah, it's not the one that you have, but it looks really cool. Awesome. Yeah, I think to me, it makes sense for, Gemini energy. I do have Mars in Gemini, so I quite respond to it. And because Gemini is an opposite sign to Sagittarius, I also learn a lot from Geminis, and I'm drawn to this energy as well. Yeah, the music that accompanies every card. How cool of an idea is that? I actually really love this. Midlife Tarot is a Saggy as well. That's great. Oh, Aries Sun with Liz. Awesome. Liz, I picked for Aries the Stunning Tarot because it's so bold and, it has a very beautiful artwork. I thought like for Aries people would appreciate this one. It's quite courageous and quite like in your face sometimes, like Aries sometimes can be. So I'm curious how you feel about this one. All right, so we have done Aries, Taurus, Gemini. With Cancer, I also have two. I'm sorry. So with Cancer, I picked, I think Cancer energy is the most elusive for me of all zodiac signs. I don't understand Cancers. I'm sorry, Cancers. Is there a Cancer here? Hey, Nina. Do we have a Cancer here? So I picked, Liz says that, yeah, the great pick for Aries, and she can admit to moments on in your face. So this is the Source Energy Tarot by Kathleen Dale that I picked for Cancer. And Steph has used a keyword for Cancer. She used sensitivity. Cancer is a cardinal energy. Yes, they're sensitive, but they can also be quite, straightforward and brave and kind of intense. So I picked this one because they have usually Cancer is a water sign. They have great intuition. So I picked this deck because it's like a great reader. And it's really funny deck because it's not really my favorite artwork, but it reads so wonderful. And it has this energetic quality to it that it's accompanies every image, every card. And you can see that the frames are all different, because they based on her original artwork. And this deck, I think, suits, I think Cancer people will dig this deck. They would understand it on energetic level and just like to use it for readings because of this intuitive kind of soft quality, but also, quite energetic. So this would be one for Cancer. And then, yeah, because I wasn't sure also of this Cancer energy, it's elusive for me. I also picked another one, which I didn't take out. And it is the Future Ancestor Tarot. I think it's quite a Cancerian deck. It's very motherly in this sense and very soft, and yet also, can convey truth as well. But I love this deck. It's gentle and it's beautiful. It's by Lexa Luna Studio on Instagram. I have a review of this deck as well. You can take a look. And I think that's Cancer people will respond really well to it, as well as maybe Pisces too. So this would be the Cancer energy decks. And then the next one is Leo. And for Leo, I picked Rainbow Heart because Leo, come on. Heart energy, colorful. I have Leo ascendant, you can see. Like to dress up. Cheers. And this is by Rachel Rosenpeter, I think. Oh, Leo-san, wonderful. Hi, Zen Witch. Look at this. I picked this for Leo, the Rainbow Heart Tarot, which is kind of vintagey font, a little bit of 70s vibe here. Quirky, crazy colors, a lot of cool imagery, very colorful, expressive, like kind of, when you come into a room with a Leo, like you want to be seen, like you wouldn't miss this deck. I quite dig this deck for this reason. So Leos, you received the Rainbow Heart Tarot from Madame K here. And I also felt like, would Leos like this one? Just because of all the gold and it's lush. So I picked this one for Libra, but I also think Leos would dig the gold shine, the gold backs, the kind of richness of the soft gold, warm energy. I don't know. What do you think? Lily, what sign are you? Hi, Amber. Hi, everyone who is joining in. Hi, Jamie. So how do Leos feel about the rainbow heart or moonchild? Any of these you guys would pick for yourself? I'm sticking to the rainbow heart. I'm unsure about this, but this gold kind of, makes me quite like it. I would go the gold one. Yes, we have one Leo. Oh, I would love the gold one. Even though I'm a Leo, as a reader, my Pisces moon leads the way. Oh yes, exactly. We know, as astrology teaches us, the sun sign is just the one part of us. But here we're focusing on the sun sign. So the Leos had, and the keyword from Steph was solar and light. So now Virgo, precision and perfection. You know what I picked for Virgo? And Virgos often get really misunderstood in astrology, I think. Virgos are very, they're very connected to healing and to a goddess lineage, I would say. Even how you write the sigil of Virgo, it's like this big M. I always, to me, Mary, right? But Virgos have this knack for seeing what doesn't work in any system, and they know how to fix it. So often they get accused of being critical, but they actually know exactly what's not working and how to make it work better. So yes, perfection sometimes, of course, and expectations. Virgos are the worst critics most of the time. So this is something that Virgos work with, of how not to be maybe so critical and have so many expectations towards themselves, most of all. And this is the deck that I picked for Virgos, Lux Ex Umbra Tarot, because it is, in my mind, a perfection. It's a perfect deck. It's just the production of this deck and how it looks, and just everything is about, I think a Virgo would make this deck. It's just beautiful. It's beautifully made. Everything is like, the contrast, the colors, the cards feel alive. I don't know how they created everything to be so just spotless. Very Virgo-like deck. So who else? Virgos are more earthy. Yes, more earthy. They are. It's an earth sign, of course. So yes, we could go with also like herbal decks and any healing deck. I think Virgos would love it. But I just walked around my shelf, and this screamed at Virgo for me. So I picked more earthiness for Taurus and this Virgo kind of energy for just like perfect, because she wrote in the keyword precision and perfection. So I was kind of doing her VR, so I'm sticking to her keywords. So any other Virgos here? Jamie, are you a Virgo? Let me know if we have any Virgos, and what deck would you pick for Virgos, Jamie? Give me some juice here. What else do we have? Libra. Libras. Well, for Libras, I picked the Moonchild. Libra is an air sign, and Libra loves harmony. Oh, Jamie is a Virgo Sun and Venus. So, Jamie, what deck would you pick for yourself? We'll see what Jamie says. I know there's a little delay here. So for Libras, I put the Moonchild. Libras are artists, right? They kind of see the reality, the world through a little bit of an artistic lens here. They love harmony, they love art, they're drawn to beautiful things, Venusian kind of, stuff. And I think this deck is very kind of Libra-like. It's beautiful, it's beautifully made, it's lush to hold, it feels quite like, harmonious in the colors. It's not too out there or too down there. It's kind of really, I think Libras would enjoy this one for the sake of like the balance and harmony that it brings with it. And the energy of this deck is quite also harmonious. When I use this deck, it's quite a balancing kind of deck. So this would be my Libra pick, the Moonchild Tarot for Libra. Any Libras? Any contradictions here? Anybody doesn't agree with me? Please comment and state your pick or state your argument. I'm happy to disagree. What else do we have? Libra's Moonchild. Now Scorpio. And Steph picked for Libras, she said harmony and justice. So for Scorpios, she said who stinks, who defends. I think of Scorpio as this kind of, deep energy. So if Mel is still here, I actually picked for Scorpio the Top Tarot. Just very traditional, but it has it has depth and stink to it with the keyword specifically. So this is the greenie, but yeah, Top Tarot to me is very Scorpionic. Also a lot of sexual magic imbued in the card, so quite Scorpio connection here as well. And I also picked that Abyssal Tarot, because it's also a deck that I think Scorpios would dig. It's kind of darkish, it's kind of moody, it's sexual as well. So there is a bit of a, kind of mystery going on, like what Scorpios like as well. And it's quite a stunning deck as well. So Scorpios are ruled by Pluto, traditionally by Mars, quite a deep, intense energy. And I think this deck delivers. Melanie says that she has Libra ascendant and she hates Moonchild. Sorry, Mel. But tough, very, very good for Scorpio, she says. So that's great because I've got North Node in Scorpio, so I'm learning from Scorpios. But I think these two decks are very, very Scorpio. So midlife tarot is great choices for Scorpio. Okay, cool. So I did maybe hit it on the nail with Scorpio because I love Scorpio energy. I love Scorpios. Sagittarius, moi. I couldn't think of anything better than Polarcos for some reason. Sagittarius is a little bit like Gemini. Amber says they don't always sting, the Scorpios. It's true, and you guys easy to hurt, and then you kind of go deep, and one has to pull you out for a long time for you to forgive. Hey, Joe. Oh, Aquarian. I didn't get to Aquarius yet, Joe. So this is Sagittarius peak. Polarcos, it has everything a Sag would love. A little bit of different world, a little bit of, kind of quirkiness, a little bit of astrology, a little bit of mythology, a little bit of archetypal stuff, a little bit of dream work, a little bit of other world. I think a little bit of travel and kind of freedom and quirkiness. This could be an Aquarian deck or a Sagittarian deck. I think Sages would like and dig this deck. So we know that there was another Sag here. I don't know if you're still around. Oh, yes, wonderful. So this deck, I think, is really cool. And I think Sages thrive on decks like this because it's a little bit like Gemini, but it's a little bit more kind of crazy out there and a little bit more, maybe let's call it spiritual in the sense, but it's more mythological. Like, we like to dwell on different cultures and see what's going on. You would have put Aquarius for Polarcos. I thought Aquarius would be for this awesome too. I don't know what I put for Polarcos. I mean, for Aquarius, I check. But Sagittarius was who dares. So like a daring deck. Then Capricorn, stability and reflection. What did I put for? I put for actually Capricorn, I took Story Medicine Tarot for some reason. Spirit Keeper's Tarot has a good feel for travel. And how about True Black for Virgo? True Black, yeah. But that also reminds me of this in some way, because wasn't True Black like a perfection of execution? in the same manner. I had it, I swapped it because it was way too perfect for me. I mean, I loved it, but yeah, I kind of loved the minors, not so much the majors, and I couldn't. I think I would be fine with everything, but I couldn't get along with the chord cuts. They were just too cold for me. These chord cuts are a bit annoying too, to be honest. They only like star signs, but there's just something about chord cuts that I would love to have people. And in True Black, they were very cold and kind of I couldn't get through this, perfection of them. So interesting. And how about, yeah, Jamie, yeah, I know, I hear you, but it's exactly what this perfection, and yeah, it's exactly the same. I agree that these two would be great for this keyword, exactly what you said. So the story medicine tarot is for Capricorn. And I felt that, first of all, Capricorn is quite a also misunderstood sign, I think. It's a fucking mastery sign, and it's so wise and so beyond kind of the age. And it always gets easier and more fun to be a Capricorn the older you get. It's like red wine. The older you get, the better you feel, Capricorns have this. And I don't know why, but this feels very grounded in some way, but also very masterful of a deck. It suits Capricorn. Now I'm thinking maybe it would also suit Virgos, but I think earth sign definitely. And I picked it for Capricorn because it has powerful energy. It's quite out there as well. It's a cardinal earth for Capricorn. So this one fits for me. Oh, Spolia. Yes, Spolia could be good for Virgo too. I even have it. Haven't used Spolia forever. So story medicine tarot for Capricorn. And we are nearing the end. And then we have Aquarius. For Aquarian, actually, Joe, you couldn't hang out with Polarcos. Exactly. Aquarian tarot. I won't give Aquarius the Aquarian tarot. I will give Aquarius dun, 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 dun. What's this? Who knows? I am giving Aquarians outgrow yourself tarot oracle thing. So for Aquarians, I had to pick something quirky, something that will engage their minds as well, because they're very kind of airy element like Geminis. And I think this is perfect. It actually is a tough deck, which is like turned around, and the keywords from TOF are used, but you have no numbers. You have amazing keywords here. You have quirky, crazy artwork. I think Aquarians would delight in this deck. So, oh, Joe agrees. Wonderful. I think Outgrow Yourself Oracle, Tarot Oracle is actually the only tarot oracle deck that works as a tarot oracle, because you can actually use it as a tarot if you want. And you can definitely use it as an oracle if you don't want to use it as a TOF deck. But for any TOF lovers, if you have this deck, you can practice to memorize the keywords of TOF, because it doesn't give you any indication of what element it is, what number it is. You just have a keyword, so you have to remember, what's ruin or what's death, what the interference like keywords, in TOF. But it's a quirky deck, and I think Aquarians are awesome for this. So this is the Aquarian deck, and Steph picked independence and freedom as a keyword for this. And we're arriving at the last sign, Pisces. I picked for Pisces. What did I write here? I don't know what I picked for Pisces. What does it say? Lonely Dreamer. That's what I picked for Pisces. Voyager Voyager feels Aquarian. I agree. Voyager feels Aquarian too. I'm sure there's, if we sat here for another hour, we would pick like a lot of cool, quirky decks for Aquarians and for every other sign. But for Pisces, I picked this Lonely Dreamer tarot because it has this kind of very mystical vibe about it that Pisces loves. It has the softness. It doesn't have like, harsh edges. You're looking at like dream kind of images. And I think for Pisces energy, this is like a really beautiful deck. I love this deck. It's so bloody good. And I remember when it arrived, I was like, oh, I don't know. I think I received a lot of decks at the same time, and I just couldn't take it all in. All the goodness that comes sometimes at you at the same time. You're like, oh, it's too much. But yeah, it's incredible, this deck. So beautiful. And I think this is so Pisces. Like, you cannot go wrong with this deck. Joe is surrounded by Pisces men and loves that Lonely Dreamer. Yeah, I think this is like perfect for Pisces energy. So this is what I picked for all the signs. I think the couple of signs, right, we could kind of have a conversation about. Virgo, also Cancer, maybe, I don't know what else. But other than that, I think the choices were pretty good. Deck overwhelmed, yeah. Shimmering Veil for Monica as Pisces. Oh, that's interesting, Monica. I picked Shimmering Veil for Taurus, but I can see it for Pisces as well because it's like very kind of flowing. But it's quite earthy for me for some reason, Shimmering Veil. So I picked it for the Taurian, Venusian ruled Taurus. Okay, I think we arrived at the end of this wonderful life. It was lovely to dress up for you guys and have a coffee with all 25 of you. So yeah, if you have any other ideas, or if you think of, oh, Lily also thinks that Shimmering Veil is Pisces. Well, I might need to reconsider then. Now I feel outnumbered. It's Outgrow Yourself Oracle. I show you it's by Linda. Oh man, let me just check this. I need to go to my Instagram. Linda Spaman, which Spaman apparently means true fortune teller or something like this. Can you see it, Jamie? It's called Niven Ivatenet. I don't know. I can send it to you or tag you. And also, if you go to my YouTube, and you put Outgrow Yourself Oracle, Tarot Oracle, you can see the review and it's linked. All the links are below. Yeah, I think you would like it. It's really quirky. And actually, okay, why don't I pick one card for us? Because it's so funny. Like, just the keywords are really smart. So she, as I said, has the keywords from Thoth, but then she also just did like an oracle keywords. So one card for all of us. It's indolence. So now keywords from Thoth, indolence. Isn't it like something with cups, indolence? Who knows? Indolence, I can't remember. Who is the Thoth specialist here? What you allow will continue. Is this 8 of Cups, indolence? Come on, guys, help me out here. Where is my Thoth? Any Thoth freaks out there who know all the keywords by heart? I'm thinking 8 of Cups, but maybe I'm wrong. 6 of Cups, no. Let me just find 8 of Cups. Anybody? Nobody helps me. Anybody? What is this? Of course, when you're looking for 8 of Cups, it's probably not showing. 8 of Cups, Annie. Thanks, Annie. I'm hoping, I'm just like going to check now. Can't find it. But I'm trusting Annie. It's 8 of Cups. Yes, 8 of Cups. See, I'm not too bad with Toph. Not too bad. But I'm never too sure because I don't use it that often. But the keyword for Toph, indolence, and what you allow will continue. That's pretty cool for a keyword, like a sentence for the card, right? Thank you, everyone. Thanks for help. 8 of Cups, indolence. What you allow will continue. So basically, just decide and move on, or very 8 of Cups. Very cool, but with a twist, right? So this deck, it's awesome, and it's available. I think. I hope so. I don't know. I didn't get it long time ago. I got it last year at some point, but like towards the end of the year. So I'm pretty sure it's still available. Anyway, that's it. So let's not continue what we don't want to see grow. And I will finish my coffee now and say goodbye to you. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for watching. And if you come up with some amazing ideas towards the signs and the decks, or if you are a certain sign and you have a certain affinity for a deck, share in the comments, please. That would be lovely to hear. See you guys. Thank you.